Hello, awesome people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Solomon, and thank you very much for clicking. In today's video, me and you are going to learn how we can design a quick church flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So we are going to take about 5 to 6 minutes to complete this project. By the way, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to get access to these files. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to also leave a link to this brochure that I did for a client, okay, so that you can also get this PSD file and then you can use it for your works as well. So without further ado, Control plus N to create a new document. So we are going to create a flyer. It's a flyer that I saw on Facebook and it's cool. The design is cool and I wanted to share with you guys. So let's create something like a banner size, okay? So I will change this one from whatever it is to inches, and let's go with 4 feet by 2 feet. Okay, that's 48 by 24. Let's change the resolution to 72 and click on create. So a new canvas is going to open just like this for us. We will start by developing the background. So let's start by making a duplicate of this. So click and drag this one to the plus sign over here to make 2 duplicates, okay? And then from here, let's add a bit of a gradient on it. So effects, color overlay, and let's have a gradient with 0 angle, and let's open my gradient. Okay, make sure you have your gradient opacity to 100%, and let's open it again. So we are going to use a gradient like this, but let's make a duplicate of this one to here and also make some to here as well. So at the end of the day, we are going to have something like this. Okay, you click on OK. You can also click on this new to save the changes, and you can also toggle with this to also see what we can get from here. Okay, so let's see. I think let's go with something like this, and I'll click on create. All right, so from here, let's go to filter and blur this one. So filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and see if we can blur this one a bit. Or let's go with blur and let's choose radial blur or motion blur. So let's go with motion blur and see what we are going to get from here. So we are not having any proper changes. Alright, so from here, let's go to our downloads, or let's go through our files to see whether we can get some files to add to it to make this one interesting. So let me try and add this that I downloaded today and see what I'm going to get out of it. Let me reduce the opacity and leave it something like this. Okay, then from here I'll also try and see if I can get other resource files as well. Alright, so I'll bring this file in, okay, and let me hide the first one. So let me make this one very big, okay. Alright, and then let's change the blending mode to, let's say, multiply, or let's leave it at normal and reduce the opacity a bit. And also let's go to filter, blur, and let's choose radial blur, and let's choose a figure like 15% spin and good. Alright, so this is the figure that we have. We can increase it back to its normal position, and then from here we can start adding shapes. So I'll draw something like a rectangle with the help of the rectangle tool. So let's click and drag and draw something like this. Alright, so from here I'll make a duplicate by holding down the Alt key or Option on the Mac and click and drag to make a duplicate. You can also hold down the Shift key to move it in proportion or move it on a straight line. Okay, so from here I can see I have stroke on this one, so let me select that and remove the stroke from it, and let me change the color of this one to something else so that I'm going to see what I'm really working with. Okay, then from here I'll select this layer, okay, and add a drop shadow to it. Okay, so with the drop shadow I'll make sure it goes here so you can move it in real time to where you want to move it to, and then I'll increase the blur. Okay, so just push the slider of the size and also reduce the distance, and we can also toggle with this one. So let's increase the opacity a bit and move this guy a bit down to this angle, to this sort of angle. So when you are satisfied with the result, let's reduce the opacity a bit. You click on OK. So from here, I will duplicate the effect to this first shape that we have here, and then select both of them, make another duplicate, okay, just like this, and select all the four. Make sure you have the shift key selected, and then you click on it. So let me select 3, let me remove 1, and then send this guy here as well. So from here we can select the first one, hold down the shift key, and select the last one. All of them is going to be selected. You can click on Ctrl+G to group, or move this one to the group here. Okay, so let's group it by clicking on Ctrl+G, and then let's go to select all, and align this one to the center. Then select and deselect the selection. Okay, so from here we are going to add the name of the church. So let's say the name of the church is this, and then I'm going to increase the size of this one, and I'll align this one to the center. Okay, so this is going to be the name of the church, and then I'll start to add my ministers. So let me pick random images that I have over here. So I'll make the images very big, and I'll right click and create a clipping mask, and then let's put this image something like this. Alright, so I will take the same process, select the next shape, and then you add the next image as well. Then let's create a clipping mask and increase the size of the image. So from here, let me flip horizontal and move this guy just like this. And also we can right click on the image and rasterize it, and also go to image adjustment and select curves, and let's move this guy forward up here just like this to brighten the image. So I'll take the same process to do the same thing with the other shapes, and I'll come back quickly when I'm done. Alright, so from here let me group the background. Okay, so let's select everything, Ctrl+G to group, and we can name it as background. Okay, and we can click on lock here to lock the background. Let me select everything from here and reduce the size a bit, and also I'll position and reduce the size of the name of the church. Then let's align this one to the center. Okay, reduce the size a bit, and I'll change the color of this one to, and we can add the name of the ministers over here as well. So what we can do is that we can select the first shape over here, Ctrl+J to make a duplicate, select the new one or select the old one, reduce the size or move it a bit down just like this, and we can use this effect to add spice to the design. Okay, so from here we can make a duplicate of this one to this place. I'll do the same thing for the others as well, so we can select all and move them around. Alright, so from here I can select all of them and click on my shape to change the color of this one at once. So we can select a color, but make sure you have all of them selected at a go. So select all of them, then select our shape tool, and let's try to change the color again. So let's use a color like this. Okay, click on OK to accept changes, and also let's try to reduce the opacity of this one so that we can have some of the background passing through to this guy or through here. Okay, so let's go with the opacity of 30%, and we can start adding the names. So I'll quickly just take my text tool and add the names. So from there I can make a duplicate of the names to the other ones as well, and you can change the name and position. Okay, Alright, so from here the last thing that we are going to add is the theme for the program, or like whatever it is, you can just type it here and make it very big as well. And you can also change your font if you want to, and change the color as well. Alright, so from here I'll select this one and add a gradient overlay to it to see what I'm going to get. And also I'll add an outer glow to it, and also we can change this one from just a color to a gradient, increase the size and the spread, okay, and increase the opacity level. So let's change this one to this type of gradient and see what we are going to get. I'll change this one from screen to normal, and let's see the final result that we are going to get from here. Alright, so if you add all your effects, it's going to look like this. So afterwards, you can save your work, and that is it, how to create this amazing flyer. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, keep creating and never give up.